In this chapter, we are going to talk about different types of angry people out there. You don't necessarily have to fall into any of these categories. If you don't manage your anger and change your life, these are the type of people you can be very easily. And once you get to these stages, it is even more difficult to extinguish your anger and change yourself. The first type of angry person is the habitually angry person. They're basically generally grumpy in life. Small things make them angry, and they're very predictable and are usually marked as an unpleasant person in society. So basically, people don't want to deal with you too much because they know you can snap at any moment and you're not a good person to work with. And you slowly get cornered in society when you're a habitually angry person. And this habitual angry person decides that if he doesn't approve any kind of behavior or any kind of circumstances surrounding his vicinity, he has to get angry. And basically, the habit of getting angry ultimately controls him. The next person we are going to talk about is morally angry person. These are the people who get angry mainly because others break rules. And this makes them feel superior over other people. And they may do it even unconsciously. They may not see the world as others do as well. So, for example, just say that you saw someone pass through a red traffic light and you just see that and you get angry. Why? Has that person done anything wrong to you? No, but that person broke a rule and you're just angry for that particular reason. Most of us, even though we are not morally angry people, we can display traits of morally angry people. The next person we should be aware of is the premeditated angry person. This person is all about fear of losing control of power over others. Basically, their goal is to achieve power and control of others by bullying or abusing them. And by doing it, they feel a sort of superiority over other people. And they think that this makes them happy. But that is a very wrong conception. These premeditated angry people are very, very miserable people. Very miserable. And they get into trouble all the time, knowing that they'll get into trouble, but because they need to achieve power at any cost. The next person we are going to talk about is the anger addict. Maybe you can ask yourself, can you even get high on anger? Yes, there are people addicted to anger. They love the feeling of that cortisol flowing into their bloodstream. They think they're enjoying it. You might have even experienced it yourself. Sometimes when you get really angry, you feel yourself shaking. That is because of that cortisol hormone being released into your bloodstream to move away from a dangerous situation. But some people use this thinking that they enjoy it. No, they just can't help but being high on anger. These people just suffer tremendously. They live miserable lives. They find something and anything to react aggressively. There are many shame-based angry people I know of. They're the very sensitive types. They feel like they are inferior to others if someone points a mistake of theirs, or sometimes even trying to make a simple conversation with them. They feel that they are being targeted and attacked for some weird reason. This is the type of person you cannot talk to more than 2 minutes without starting a fight. And sometimes even when you tell them something for their own good, they can jump on you. And that is because they feel inferior if you try to show them something. They always think that other people want to prove them wrong. You will see that many of these shame-based angry people are relentless in trying to prove themselves right, especially over silly things. They want to prove themselves right over silly things. And these are the shame-based angry people. The next type of angry person is paranoid angry person. This is basically very self-explanatory. These people have a notion that the whole world is against them or that the whole world is out to get them. And this is also another miserable lifestyle. They spend so much of money on unnecessary safety equipment, security equipment, just because they are so paranoid. The next person is a passive angry person. When you deal with these types, you may not even realize that they're angry. They show you something, but there's something altogether else behind that smiling face. But they can do a multitude of things to express their anger, such as using sarcasm or things like forgetting to do things intentionally to irritate the others just to get their anger out. Usually they do these things in workplaces, especially when they're scared to confront someone if someone tells them something they dislike because of job security, but they will try to express their anger without trying to get them fired. And let's take a minute to talk about what anger does to children, especially most of the adults. In angry situations, they take it out on the innocent children. Children being children, they do naughty things. That is why they're called children. And for the simplest of naughty things, some parents just blow out at them. Unbelievable. Sometimes this happens on the road, sometimes in shops, sometimes in supermarkets. sometimes in schools. And little these parents know that they're ruining their child's ability to learn. I don't want to go too much into this, but just want to touch that shouting at children ruins their education. The glands on the front side of the brain, which is the required part of the brain to study and to memorize things, they get severely affected when parents shout at them. And these are the type of children who would grow up to have problems of anger on their own. So please, whether you are angry or not, please stop shouting at your children. Please stop. It is not helping them. You might think you've disciplined them, but no. If you shout at them, you're going to ruin them. And you may be here because you want to stop being that unpleasant parent like I was. But you don't need to worry for too long. Even if you display traits of those angry people we just spoke about, you don't need to worry as well. You need to follow this course with undivided attention. And if you do, you will get results, and you will get results fast. So please follow the course exactly as it is intended to, and don't skip chapters. I can't stress that enough. So with that said, I'll see you in the next chapter.